Providing affordable housing for all Nigerians has always been the topmost priority of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. You're welcome to another edition of FMBN podcast here on 7FM TV, as it's proudly sponsored by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. The purpose of the FMBN podcast is to give you detailed information of all the things you need to know concerning FMBN affordable housing, its availability and access. My name is Patience Okai, your host. Stay tuned as we go on a commercial break. Don't go nowhere.
To improve transparency and accountability in managing the NHF funds, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has introduced *219#. *219# is a new way to know the status of your NHF contribution from anywhere. To use this service, dial *219#. Select 1 to update your contact detail. Press 2 to check your contribution status in any month up to the last 5 years. You can also use our mortgage calculator and bulletin board by selecting options 5 and 6 respectively. You can access other services by using direct shortcodes like *219*3# to retrieve your NHF number, *219*4*1# to check your last 5 transactions, and *219*4*2# to check your statement of account. No internet connection required, and it is available on all networks. *219#. Simpler, smarter, faster. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Everyone deserves a home.
All right, welcome back to FMBN podcast here on 7FM TV, as it's proudly sponsored by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Okay, now the frequently asked questions by Nigerians. Nigerians want to know, can a contributor apply for National Housing Fund loan even after benefiting from the home renovation loan?
A contributor can apply for an NHF loan after benefiting from a home renovation loan. However, such contributor must have liquidated the home renovation loan granted to him or her.
Now the conversation with the group head, Finance and Control, Mr. Ogumuyiwa Sunday, and 7FM TV correspondent Austin Sinam. Let's join the conversation.
At what point does a contributor qualify for refund?
Good. A contributor qualifies for refund when you are 60 or 30 years in service, whichever comes first. 2, when one is incapacitated. That is, you cannot do anything, you apply for a refund, you get it. And God forbid, when one died, because the beneficiary will be able to process the refund. Those are basically 4 major ways.
Are there people who have qualified for refund and in their contribution years of given the 2.5% have not been able to get a physical asset? Maybe either they're applying for home renovation loan, rent to own loan. Are there persons like that who have been contributing for a period of time, but they did not get to the point of accessing the house for themselves?
It's a choice. You understand? If you apply, normally, as soon as you are contributing to the system, you automatically qualify. You understand? But if you don't apply, how do you assess it?
Aside from becoming a contributor, you have to apply.
You have to apply. We have various products in the bank. We have a home renovation loan. We have NHF loan. We have individual construction loan. You understand? So if you don't apply, there's no way you'll be able to access it. The problem with us is that we don't apply and we complain. No.
So for persons who have said, I've spoken with a couple of persons who have said, we've applied for this, I've applied and applied and applied, and nothing is forthcoming.
The question is that person that applied, does that person qualify? Does he have affordability?
What do you mean by affordability?
Affordability means that, can you afford that amount in terms of mortgage? There's a formula put in place. You understand? For instance, somebody that is earning 200,000 per month, and he has 5 years or 10 years remaining service, he cannot qualify for 15 million. It's not possible. So maybe by the time they work the affordability table for you, maybe you may qualify for a lower amount. So in most cases, those who will be interested in the higher figure. That's why
going for home renovation.
it's not going for home renovation. Repayment period maximum maybe 5 years, and it's 1 million. You don't need to have much. You automatically qualify.
With just 3,000 naira per annum, you can be able to qualify for the NHF loan and all of that. So people were wondering, I mean, with 3,000 naira, because the essence of all of this, aside from the refund, most people, because of the housing deficit that we have in the country, most people want to get houses for themselves.
Of course.
And then you're going out to the street, you're telling somebody that with 3,000 naira per annum, you can be able to qualify for the NHF loan. How do you...
You see, your contribution is not a function of the amount you assess. You understand? Imagine somebody contributing 10,000. The rule says if you have contributed for 6 months, you are qualified to access the loan. Somebody that has just contributed for 6 months, the total amount contributed with that period is 60,000. You understand? But when you look at his affordability in terms of his income, and the number of years remaining in service, that person might be qualified for 10 million. You can see that it's not a function of what you contribute. What is the determinant of this is how much total income do you have? You understand?
Yes.
That is it. Basically, we are saying contribute to the fund. And out of that fund, we pick you out. You understand? Because, for instance, if you contribute for 6 months with your level of your income, you understand, regardless of it, we are not looking at your extent of your contribution. You understand? Yes, the rule says after 6 months you can apply, but the basis of your qualification is your affordability in terms of your total income.
Total income contributed or total income earning outside of what?
Total income earned by you. When you talk about total income, you have to be mindful that mostly it may not be limited to your salary. Some of us are lucky, we have inheritance. Some of us are lucky, we have maybe income from dividend, from shares. Some people have income from rent. Those are the aggregated income that may be used in assessing you for the NHF loan.
So I'm going to ask you a question like the ordinary Nigerian who will be keen to ask. So somebody would say that, how would you then know, for instance, do you have a system that knows the salary of people? If you have contributed, they know how much they earn every month?
No, what happens is that we ask you to declare your income. For instance, if you come to us, what do you earn? Salary is an open thing, because I'm not going to take it from you. Okay. I work to you, sir, I'm earning 300,000. I'm earning 400,000. I'm earning 500,000. You need to open up to us. As soon as you say that, we ask you, what is your year? What is your age? I'm born in 1970, for instance. 70 to date is 53 years. You understand? 60 minus 53, you are left with 7 years. All I need to do is to put your 7 years in the mortgage calculator with your 500. It will tell me how much you expect. And you have to be mindful that in line with the law, you are not expected to use more than your 1/3 of your income in servicing your loan. So those are the things that have been put in place in the mortgage calculator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ugumu Iwasande and 7FM TV correspondent Austin Sinam. Coming up next is FMBN News This Week. But before then, let's go on a commercial break.
What is the name of my grandson?
Suleiman.
That's a good name. May the Almighty preserve him.
Amen.
Now that your family is growing, this is the time for you to start thinking of a house of your own.
Abba, the thought of this has always been on my mind. To build a house now, you need a lot of money, and that is what is holding me back.
Sonny, what you need is a mortgage. NHF mortgage loan. With NHF mortgage loan, you own a house upfront and pay gradually over a long period of time.
Abba, I will go to the FMBN office right away.
Come join us at FMBN and let's shelter Nigeria together.
All right, welcome back to FMBN podcast here on 7FM TV, as is proudly sponsored by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Now, FMBN news this week. Okay, that was FMBN News Podcast this week. And many thanks for joining us on this week's edition. Do well to join us next week for another educative edition of the program FMBN Podcast. And of course, don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles displayed on your screen at Instagram 7TV_NIG, Facebook 7TV Nigeria, Twitter 7TV_NIG, and also YouTube 7FM-TV. You can also visit our website at www.7media.ng. Do well to visit www.fmbn.gov.ng for more information. Till I come your way next week, my name is Patience Okai, your host. Stay blessed.